Hi guys, we are back again with the Tomorrow Children, and in this video I'm going to be taking you through the two factions of the game. Yes, there are two factions. The first one, most notably, the Russians, the Soviet Russians, who you play as set in the Cold War era. You've destroyed the world and you've been reborn again as a clone, and your job is to save humanity and rebuild the world through various different towns spreading online. What you may not have known is that the game has a second faction, who is America, the US of A. They are in the game, and they are in the form of the three men, the three man. So you may notice, you may have recognised that word before, and that is because it's the premium currency in the game. You know, the premium currency is called Freeman dollars, Freeman dollars, and they are the stuff that gets you everywhere. You know, if you buy some of these with real life money, they get you better clothes, better weapons. You get to buy your residency papers. You get to buy your licenses. You get to have your driver's license, and you can just do a whole lot more with these papers. So that's the first interesting thing I want to pick up on: the fact that you have the ration packets that you get from the Russian people. However, the better money, the one that gets you further in life, is this American dollar. So speaking of the better things you can buy, all the better weapons in the game are made by Eagle Corp, which is, I suppose, the company. And if you look on the description, you can see in this video here, if you look at the description, it says a foreign made object, so pickaxe, chainsaw, that has about something percentage better than regular. So these Eagle Corp are foreign made tools that are obviously imported illegally into your country because you have to buy them through the black market. So they are imported illegally into your country and sold under the table to you, and they work better in the field. Note that they also look nicer. They haven't got the tackish cartoony colours of yellow and blue. They have like a nice chrome look to them, and they all have Eagle Corp signed into the handles and on the bars, so they look a lot nicer than the regular weapons. So obviously this is not confirmed to be, the foreign country is not confirmed to be America, but I believe it is. Obviously you've got Eagle, is obviously one of the symbols of America. When you think of America, you may think of Stars and Stripes, Star Spangled Banner. You think of an eagle. You know, most of the official seals have eagles on, and it's very much an American bird, I would say. Not from America, but obviously you see an eagle, you think of America. And then the second word, which is corp, which is obviously shortened from corporation, business, money making, capitalism. So I believe that Eagle Corp is a business within America that is illegally selling its goods through the black market. Now, speaking of the black market itself, it's a hidden feature within the game. You have to buy something from the shops once, and then the store vendor will pull you aside, tell you about the secret market you can enter. It's where you buy all the better stuff. Looking at the black market alone, as you scroll through the pages, it looks very um, American propaganda. You know, all the old 60s nuclear family kind of stuff. We have a perfect life. The magazines, the catalogues. Very, if you're into games, very Fallout-esque. If you played the Fallout games just before the bombs dropped in Fallout, very similar to that. So the black market itself doesn't look like it belongs in Russia. It may be American, and the Russian storekeepers have brought it over from this foreign land to try and better the sales, basically try and get more money. So I've got a bit of gameplay here. I bought something from the black market called a Freeman stamp. It was under licenses, and it only cost me 50 Freeman dollars. I thought I might as well spend them, see what it is. And it's basically the Freeman symbol. This symbol you see in here is the green. It almost looks like a bit of an eagle, bit of some sort of bird. It's a green symbol, and it's just a sticker basically for the game. And you can put it down all over the town. But before you buy it, it warns you that this is not a state-sanctioned item. So the state doesn't approve of it. Russia doesn't approve of it, and it's illegal to have. You could get arrested by policemen. So you can see in this gameplay, I put it down, and then I check to see if it has any effects on the town. So I check propaganda, I check technology, culture. It doesn't seem to have any effects. I talked to the policeman, and it doesn't seem to say anything different. So I don't think it serves any other purpose in the game other than being purely for show. You can put a nice big green eagle down on your motherland and watch all the residents hate you. So at this point in the video, you may be wondering, do the game developers even like Russia at all? Now, you could simply say no, they don't. They're clearly on the side of the Americans, and they're just making fun at the fact of the Russians in the form of a game. However, there's a lot of evidence to support that the Russians are equal to the Americans. So you always know the communist tools. So we have normal tools, Eagle Corp tools, and communist tools. So as you can imagine, these are red. They have a few yellow stars on them, and the stats for these are they work 2 times faster than normal tools. So the communist tools work 2 times faster. The American tools do the job better. I think this is a bit of a punch back at the Americans, saying when the Russians want to get stuff done, the Russian people work harder. When the American people want to get stuff done, they just invent a machine to do it better than them. So they're still putting in the low work ethic, they've just got better tools. Whereas the Russians are doing twice the double work to get the job done. So as well as this fight back against America, I suppose you could say, they also have homages to popular Russian icons. If you notice, most of the citizens in the town, not other clones, but the NPCs, are all made of wood. They look weird, they look freaky, they look like the cheeks have been carved, and they are made of wooden characters. And this is weird until you realise what they were born from. The people in the town only survive when you save the little Russian dolls. Now, in the game, the Russian dolls are made of like a clay, a pot substance, because they can be smashed and the souls will last forever. But traditionally, in Russia, they are made out of wood, little wooden Russian dolls, and they're basically dolls, hollow dolls, and they got smaller in size, and you can basically fit other dolls inside of them. So that's a nice little homage to Russia, the fact that inside these dolls in the game you have an actual human, and in real life they would just have other dolls inside of them. As well as that, it's also the way the game's crafted. I think this game is crafted beautifully, absolutely a masterwork. As games as general advances, we're all looking for more, immersive simulators. You've got your Fallouts and your Skyrims, trying to make you feel part of the game. They're giving you homes, they give you NPCs you can marry, they give you children you can adopt, and they're trying to make it feel more immersive, like you're in the game. With the new release of virtual reality, I think that's prominent more than ever. But this game takes features that we don't usually like in modern day, so such as lining in queues when you have to queue up, maybe at the checkouts or at the line at the bank. It's also got the bus ride to and from the mines, the big commute to work in the morning, the big commute to work at the end of the day. It's something we don't enjoy as a whole human race, yet this game includes them features, and I think there's just something interesting about that. Or they decide to put these, what we would call boring tasks, put them in a game which is supposed to be fun, and it just works. I do think it just wonderfully works. On top of that, you've got the mines. Now these aren't traditional rocks in the ground and you go down and there's gold and emeralds down there. The mines are weird, distorted images that could be perceived as a ton of different images. So you've got one image of a mine is a human face, and it's sunken into the ground with 3 to 4 bombs falling around him. This is clearly evident of the Cold War, the arms race between America and Russia, where they built up so many nuclear weapons, and luckily none of them were ever used. There is lots of different islands. Some look like they're drowning, some are high in the mountains. There's really weird ones of food. So you've got a pig that's hoarding tons of apples, good representative of a big power hoarding the food, seeing as apples are the only food source in the game. There's sushi, just sushi floating in the air, which counts as a mine. I was guessing this is a nod back to the game developers, as they are based in Japan. They are a Japanese company. There's also cracked eggs that are spilling all over the floor, is also one mine. So there's a ton of different mines out there, and they're obviously randomized throughout the world, and they're not just the typical mines, as I said before. They are images, and each images, you could sit down with it and you could give a million reasons why they decided to include that image. If you look at it from an even perspective, the game pokes fun at America, and then on its back end it pokes fun at Russia. It pokes fun at both of them at the same time. It gives images of bombs, which is saying you're both in the wrong. So, all in all, I think this game is a political satire, something that pokes fun. So it's a form of media, such as television. In the old days, they used entertainment. So they had the plays, the newspapers, poems, songs, something that people enjoy, but it uses this enjoyment as a form to poke fun. So I do believe this game is overall poking fun at the Cold War. It's not poking fun at America. It's not poking fun at Russia. It's poking fun at the Cold War and what the Cold War was. So thank you guys for watching. That was my video, my theory about the game. When I read into the deeper meanings, that's what I found. Obviously, if you do the same, you might get to a different conclusion. So feel free to put your ideas down in the comments if you agree. If you disagree, I'd love to see more down in the comments what you guys think about this awesome game. We'll be making a part 2 to this if you guys like my ideas enough. There's something I didn't touch upon with the bourgeoisie residency. It means a different thing to capitalists, and it means a different thing to communists, and one term is used in the game, so I didn't touch on that. If you would like to see that video, if you'd like to see part 2, make sure you stick around so you can see that video. If you are watching this video and you are completely put off because you're confused about the game or you don't know what it is, check out the other video I did about it. I told you how to get your residency papers, your bourgeoisie papers, and I basically told you where the licenses were, how much they cost, how much Freeman dollars they cost, and how you could get them for free eventually. And with that said, I will see you all later.